Well, good morning from the Alton Towers Resort. It is the opening day. We're here not just for the park opening, but we're here for Toxicator. Woohoo! It's a gorgeous sunny day, a bit chilly, but I don't mind that too much. Oh, here we go. Happy days.
This morning, Jen.
No, I haven't actually. I'm just so happy to be back at a Merlin park, obviously.
Toxicator sponsored by Monster Energy, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. But yeah, sun's out and we're at a Merlin park. Happy days. Wait, happy days. Let's go. Sadly, it was supposed to open, but it's not opening until next month, the Sky Ride. They've had 2 years to build it. Not build
It hasn't opened since you left.
I mean, ever since I left, it just seems to have gone downhill, the Sky Ride. So,
You sure it's not up in your loft somewhere?
It might have been, yeah. I did something. Well, here it is. Very busy queue. Might come back later, I think. Hopefully it'll die down. This course is underneath the tunnel. Got this like storyline based on the ride. I think it's pretty cool. Right, this will look great at night, probably.
Trust in the balance court. Together, equal strength and control.
I think I bought it in the wallet. First 3 things was not. That's really close for us to 10 now.
I will say the barrel squeeze.
Oh, not a good start, not a good start to the day. So we watched Toxicator, so we thought after that we'll go to Nemesis. Nemesis is going to be delayed, obviously, so we thought, hey, welcome back.
The queue is all the way back to the Food and Valley sign already, wasn't it?
Yeah.
To be fair to them, at least they told us in plenty of time.
They did, yeah, because the rides
not
aren't actually
great,
open yet.
is it?
So we went to Curse Alton Manor. Oh, technical delay.
Yeah.
So we're going to walk to Essex and
So
God knows.
I mean, I genuinely think what's happened is they've got one technician left because we all know the issues that they're having, and their only priority today was getting Toxicator open. So it may well be the only ride that runs today.
Yeah.
Join us as we walk around Alton Towers. They're attempting to find.
This might just be a lot of walking, if I'm honest, but here we go. Right, so we're just looking at the queue times for this place.
So some of them are open, but Spinball 50 now. It's 40 we got in it. It's now 50. And 75, 90, 140 Toxicator. But then look how many rides are already not available. And we're only half an hour into the operating day.
Going well.
So we found one that's open, but who knows how long we should wait for it.
Yeah. Well, Spinball didn't last very long. They're testing it now, but
Arguing to no end.
yeah, another ride shot. Madness. I'm sorry, what?
Don't you want to unlock the secrets of the beggar woman's legendary lamb kofta?
Swinging meat. For every patty of the chain dope that falls.
What an immersive experience this is. Come on, gents, get ready to swing your meat.
Where's my swinging meat?
Ready? Oh. Hey! There you go, it's swing. It's always nice. When a load of blokes can get together to swing their meat. Thank you, Alton Towers, for this experience.
Yeah, they made a few nice changes in here. It's not called woodcutters anymore, it's now called the oaken chains, and he's gone. He's done.
He's got his swinging meat.
I didn't want to eat it, I didn't want to get it. I'm not quite sure how to do this.
I don't know how, no.
In all fairness, like, there's a new menu in here. We weren't sure about it when we saw it online, to be honest, because there's a lot of like donut burgers, and you're like, oh, do you want to mix sweet with savoury? There are completely savoury options. I've gone for this mac and cheese burger here, which is, I believe, mac and cheese burger. There's bits of bacon in it, there's bits of hot sauce in it, and like some lettuce. With like sort of rosemary fries, it's nice and seasoned. So
Very nice. Swinging meat. There you go.
It's a baby. It's my baby.
He's straight in there, whereas Jamie's
I eat
struggling
the
to
baby.
season it, aren't you?
How do I season this? Just... It sort of works actually.
Show the action of the meat coming off. It's quite enjoyable, isn't it?
Constructing it, to be honest.
Oh, hey! And then it's swinging.
Bit of swinging action now,
So yeah, these are themed to, as I'm sure you can all see, these are themed to the chain dope. Meat in chains.
Oh my god, look at that fast track queue, Jesus Christ.
I would say a big priority class when it went down earlier, but that's not.
Welcome to Merlin, nothing much is open. The queues are dying off a little bit, but it's...
It's just atrocious, isn't it?
terrible.
Don't even bother with the main queue because you'll be here for about 6 hours.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I didn't have high hopes. It's Merlin.
So yeah, we just had our meal at Woodcutters, which is not Woodcutters anymore. Was it called the Chained Oak Thingamabob?
The Oaken Chains it's called now.
Which I do really love. They've seen.
It's a nice refurb, I didn't know they were doing it.
Yeah, they've themed it to Hex,
Good.
and actually the food offerings are quite nice. I wasn't so keen when I looked at the menu, but actually looking at them, you get an iPad now and it kind of shows you pictures of the food, and it actually looks quite good.
Yeah.
I had the macaroni cheeseburger, which, as I said in that clip just then, was advertised as a savoury bun. Unfortunately, that was not correct. I'm not quite.
Didn't sound very.
I'm not completely. Why have we decided to walk down a really uneven path?
There's 250 steps apparently.
Oh, hello. But yeah, like I'm not quite sure what it was, because it's like there was some kind of like spice on top of it. You know, like we get Nando's. Like
You can go right
peri-peri.
and round, sorry.
You get like sort of peri-peri salt, don't you? So it was like it was a donut.
But it was a mixture of the two.
With like a sugary syrup on it, and then like peri-peri salt. I'm not sure that worked.
They experimented and it didn't work.
If I'm completely honest, the macaroni cheese was cold, but luckily the rest of it was fine. And actually, genuinely, like, yeah, to caveat, it was actually really nice. But I was just like, just thought I'd put on record that even though they said it was a savoury bun, it kind of wasn't.
Yeah.
So just beware of that. But yeah, it feels niche what they've done. But
It's not bad though. I don't think it's
but
terrible.
But it is actually quite nice.
It's all
yeah.
about that swinging meat. That was
Swinging
delicious.
meat.
Well, it's like they themed them all to like the different rides and things like that. It's just, yeah, doesn't remind you of the rides, but. Yeah.
But no, I do appreciate when they do that. And yeah, it's nice. It's a little pricey. If you've got annual pass, you do get discount, but it's, 18, 19 quid for a main meal. They have breaded brie for £23, which I'm sorry, but I'm not going to pay 23 quid for a bit of cheese on a string, which is literally what it is. But no, I mean, yeah, actually overall it is, stop being negative. I'm so sorry. But no, overall it is actually a nice experience.
Yeah.
The food is good.
My view, if anyone wants it, I don't know. My view is of the gardens. It's very overgrown. But anyway, we'll come to that in a moment. But I feel it's really nice that they tried something different. It's nice that it's got a bit of a refurb. It felt a bit more like a sit-down restaurant, which Woodcutters hasn't done in years, which was really nice. The skewered stuff is fun, but it's not easy to eat, and it is essentially just a burger still, but just deconstructed.
A deconstructed burger.
It's nice.
Harrison did well wrapping it into a little wrap.
Harrison did very well wrapping it into a wrap. Yeah.
Pull the meat off.
Oh, pardon.
First we swung our meat, then we pulled it off.
You swing your meat about, pull it off.
Family channel.
Is it?
But it's not really. No. It ain't.
Get the chips in there, wrap it up. And
Job's
then
a good
struggle
one.
to eat it because it's massive.
It's nice.
Bosh.
I think it needs a bit more thought on the menu, but it's a nice idea, definitely. It's a
Yeah.
good start, I think.
Yeah.
Let's be positive.
Yeah,
Hey.
this is what I mean. Like,
We've got on 2 rice despite being here 3 hours.
Hey!
I mean, yeah, it's a nice change. Just have some variety on the menu, you know, like steak, maybe oh wait,
Like it used to.
Yeah.
Like a normal restaurant.
This is what I mean. I just feel like it's a little bit niche, the whole sweet and savoury thing. Some people might love that, but a lot of people probably wouldn't. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's hit and miss, but it wasn't terrible. But yeah. Anyway, I've walked through the gardens now. Hey. We are in the queue for Toxicator.
All contaminated.
Something. This day just gets better and better, doesn't it?
The audio has just gone. Right, that's
It's
it.
just
And
heave-ho.
now leave.
Amazing.
What's that? What time is it? 6:30.
Not even 7.
Park's supposed to be open till 8, but I think they just want to get rid of us now. No, I don't know if there's been a power cut or something, but we have some updates for you since we last saw you. Well, firstly, we queued about 2.5 days for Nemesis. And while that was happening, Toxicator, there's no other way to put this, Toxicator has shat itself.
Yes.
There's a drain under the tunnel, a sewage drain, and it's just... and there is, in the words of Christopher Eccleston, there's shit everywhere. And yeah, people got evacuated from Forbidden Valley. Thank God they didn't close Nemesis because we thought that was going to happen next, oh my God. But like... it's the only way to
It's been a
describe it.
hilarious day, though.
It's been a shit show. It's been an actual shit. It's like that drain blowing up was the perfect metaphor for what's happened at Alton Towers today.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So we don't know what's happened here. The lighting's quite nice.
I mean,
but,
yeah.
I'll tell you what it is. It's Nick Hudson.
Yeah.
He's like,
turn the music off.
turn that crap off. Use
Yeah.
my audio. Nick, this is on you.
Insert Nick's audio in the vlog at this point.
Well, all the audio is off all around here as well. This is mental.
It's a bit eerie, isn't it?
This is a bit spooky, yeah. Well, let's see if Toxicator's open. Well, it's officially opened.
That'll be the part on the straight over.
I'm just not this little fountain right here. Well, you see, I'm going to do it that. I'm going to do like 8 little fountains like that. The thing is, if I went to drop water there,
I'll guarantee. Basically, just look at the time. I reckon in the summer it'll be
I'm excited, dude.
You do need more science than that.
We saw it on 65 minutes. We'll have
Well, we've just had our final night ride on Toxicator, finally reopened. Yeah, just go over to have a look at Nemesis one last time. But yeah, after that rather fecal matter issue, they did get it open again, thank God. And yeah, it's a great night ride, really good. Tell you what, you feel a bit queasy at the end of it though. Here we are again.
For our sins.
For our sins, come back in for the second day. Yeah, we're just gonna have a bit more of a light, casual kind of. Sorry.
So, Toxicator was very good. Let's start with the positive.
Yeah.
I think that was the priority for yesterday. Obviously, it's the new ride. They've put everything into getting that ready, and they've done a good job there. Aside from sewage incident, the ride itself did not go down all day. So, which for an opening day is actually probably a first, right? You know, well done. The theme, whilst it's not particularly to my taste, I'm not a big fan of all the military stuff. What they've done, they have done well.
Yeah.
Like
Totally.
It works very well with the
Nice
theme.
show
I'm happy with that.
sequence, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, it looks good. It's great to have a top spin back. Happy with that.
Yeah.
But it really does feel like they prioritised that over everything else.
And it was just as well as that, I think the main thing is like their ride access system. I mean, there were people boasting to us in the queue saying they've been on 4 times and clearly not had the cards scanned, and we were like, well, thanks, we've been queuing 2 hours.
Like a disabled access. Of course it does.
Of course,
But
yeah.
it needs to be one that works for the people who need it.
Actually
and
need it,
works
of
for
course.
the people who don't need it. At the moment it doesn't. Like Nicola said, you shouldn't have, particularly on the opening day of a new ride, people coming around boasting they were on the ride 4 times in 10 minutes. Oh, I love RAF, it gets me fast track. We heard that yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's not good enough.
Yeah,
it's really quite poor.
So,
but it also doesn't help, like we're saying, operations were quite dire yesterday. Nemesis advertised 80-minute queue. It took us over 2 hours because of how poorly they were sending the thing out.
I mean, every single train had empty seats on it. Many of them had whole rows completely empty.
Yeah,
and then you've got a 2.5-hour queue sitting there. It's just not right.
I'm hoping this year, like this, we've got this new CEO. I can't remember her name. Fiona Eastwood.
Yeah, I think that's
Something
it.
like
Yeah,
that.
What, should we
I'm just hoping.
Fiona or Samet, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I know everyone makes the same videos saying the same things, but I really hope they just get a bit of a kick up the backside. And
We were all hopeful that they were going to address the problems of last year, and if yesterday's anything to go back, they're still here, and if anything, they're worse.
It's a real shame. We used to like come here. Well, we still do come here all the time.
Because we love the place and we want them to do well, but
Anyway.
when it's being run as terribly as it was yesterday,
Yeah.
it's just so sad to see.
Yeah.
But we're giving them another chance.
But we were pleased to see all the waterfalls back on Nemesis. That was a lovely surprise. Yeah. What else?
Yeah.
What, come on, what else was good about yesterday? There must be something.
Had a great ride on Marauders Mayhem.
That was
There
fun.
A child with her legs stuck up in the air. I've never seen anything like it.
Five adults squished into a barrel. It was quite fun.
Yeah. What was nice about it is we had a laugh. Alton Towers is still a great place to have a laugh, but I feel like we did it in spite of everything that was going on in the park. But
Yeah.
you are right. Praise where praise is due. Toxicator is a great ride. They've presented it really well, and Forbidden Valley looks incredible at night time. I'm so pleased that we have that in the UK now. To walk around that at night time is a joy. So well
It's
done
great.
on that. But it's everything else.
They can do it. They can do it.
You can't help but it leave a sour taste in your mouth when you know every single queue is an hour and a half
Another
plus.
sort of taste in your mouth
Because
to be on
half of the
Toxicator.
rides, because it smells, yeah. Because
Bit of a
half
whiff.
the rides are closed at any one time. I mean, literally at any
Yeah.
one time yesterday, there was probably 6 or 7, if not more, rides shut.
Yeah.
And then that has a massive knock-on effect on all of the queues, which means that, you know, again, unless you're blessed with fast track or wrap, you don't get on anything.
Yeah. Let's see what this day
We live in
brings.
hope.
We do, yeah. Well, we've just been on Curse at Alton Manor. Again, there were some effects were working that weren't working yesterday, and now there's effects that aren't working that were, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say.
I do think it must be...
Shush!
Boom! I do think it's a sensor issue, because I think when the cars are too close together,
Yeah.
the sensor then doesn't trigger the next scene for you. So like you say, the fact that it's a different scene that didn't work for us today than yesterday, I think must
Yeah.
be a sensor issue. But it's still a bit of a shame, but at least it's not like a it's all broken kind of issue.
Yeah, it's... Oh well. Wait, 35 minutes for Nemesis and then about an hour for Wickerman. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Well,
Maybe.
we'll come back to you in 35 minutes and let you know if it was
We
really
will.
35 minutes. We'll also be looking very closely to see how many empty seats we can see on the trains. Hopefully it'll be better than yesterday. Right, so little update on the seats, and actually as Chris was pointing out there, the stacking update is doing it constantly. I don't know what's taking so long. So while we were still at the lift hill, it's quite difficult to count around here, so we've only counted while we were under the lift hill. While we were under the lift hill, we saw 6 trains go out. Several of those trains had 4, 5, 6 seats empty. There was 1 or 2 that only had 1 or 2, and like fair enough, 1 or 2, that's easy enough. You've got groups of 3, there's no single rider queue, so we can understand how that happens. When you've got full rows, like full empty rows, completely unacceptable. So for the 6 trains that we counted, 19 empty seats on those in total. There's 32 seats on a train, so basically if they carry on at that rate, for every 12 trains they send, there should have been an extra train. When you've got a queue that's an hour or 2 hours long, that stacks up, actually. And you know, there's no way that those queues should be as long as that. So stop stacking and fill the trains. Right then, so we're back home now after whatever the hell that was.
Where do we actually begin? This is the thing. I don't know.
So, okay.
First of all, we have not long been back home, but issues on the road and all that. So, we're just literally in our nightwear, pajamas.
Tired, because
We are
it should have
tired.
been a 3-hour journey, which is long enough already. Took, well, was it near 4 in the end? A bit longer? I don't even know.
Yeah, around about 4, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Mm.
And we left Towers early because there weren't much point staying. So the last time you saw us, I think I was talking about the shocking operations on Nemesis, which, in all fairness, we're better today. You know, we queued 35 minutes for it, which is a lot more acceptable. Yes, there were empty seats, but it wasn't quite the shocking state that we saw yesterday, where full rows were going empty. Someone we bumped into, who also was in the Nemesis queue, said that they saw about 14 empty seats on one train. So for most of you, I'm sure, know this anyway, but for people who don't, the Nemesis normally has about 32 seats, so that's almost half a train. That's just unacceptable. Like, how that happened, who knows?
Yeah.
So then after Nemesis, we went to Wicker Man, which at the time said it was 45 minutes.
Well, 45, 50 minutes. And from where it was in the queue, it was just going to the extension a bit. And that is about... Yeah, that probably was about 50 minutes from where it was.
And this is someone who really knows that.
Yeah. Well, you'd hope so. But yeah, it was. We queued an hour and a half.
Yeah.
From that bit where it just goes into the extension, which shouldn't take... That should be at least 50 minutes. Maybe not even an hour. Yeah, an hour and a half. The queue barely moved. You just... Oh.
Yeah, there was a couple of things I think that were the cause of it. So one of which is sadly the ride access pass system, that once again you're seeing the same faces, and this happened on Nemesis 2. While you're stood in the queue, you're seeing the same faces walk round and round and round again while we all stand there. And as we said earlier, I completely accept that we need a system like this. It makes sense. The system should work. It's just not being run correctly. And I think that, basically, I think the only way that that's possible is that the staff aren't marking the cards correctly. It's really bad.
That's it, because there's the staff who don't mark the cards, and then there's the guests who just try and blag their way on, saying, "Oh, well, come on, it's our last ride anyway," and all that. I know that from experience, and it's just I don't know. The system works when it's actually implemented.
For anyone who doesn't know, the system is that
it's essentially a virtual queue.
Yeah, it's a virtual queue.
Basically what it is.
So you have a card, so you walk up to the host on the ride access merge point, and they say, right, you've just skipped a 50-minute queue. I'm going to write down a time on that. That means you can't then get in another queue until that time has elapsed.
So you've essentially been in the queue for that length of time while you've been walking around the park enjoying your day.
But what it does mean is that people who genuinely can't queue are able to, do whatever they would want to do in those 50 minutes, whether that's go grab a bite to eat or just sit and chill or walk around the park, like you can do. So you're not stuck there standing in a queue. And I completely accept that absolutely is needed. But the problem is the system is not being run in the way that it's intended. And then it's causing massive problems, not only for people who are queuing in the main queue, but also for the people who genuinely do need it, because then you get the situation with Wicker Man where the ride access pass queue is completely full, and people who genuinely cannot stand in queues are having to still stand in a queue for God knows how long. So it just doesn't work for anybody. But yes, so that was one of the reasons that Wicker Man moved so slowly. The other reason was that it was on 2 trains instead of 3. I don't know what's up with the 3rd train. It wasn't on yesterday either, and I do think you've had a whole closed season to do maintenance. It probably should be working, but yeah.
There's a lot of smell of gas in the air as well.
Oh my god!
So so they've got like they're good. It's good theming. Like they've got the fire torches, but I think they weren't lit, so there was still gas pumping out of them, but they weren't lit. So I've never smelled it so strong like that before. Usually
we did mention this to Alton Towers and nothing happened. So
when I've worked there before, like I think it was down to the host to report these things. So I could smell it before, and I like rang the operator and said, "Oh, there's a smell of gas," and then like a techie would come down. So I don't know if the host maybe just hasn't done that, or like I say,
didn't know. But yeah, we all mentioned it.
But it was a very, very strong. Like I've never smelled it like that before. It was like...
And when you've got a ride that is literally, pumping out fire right next to you, it's a little bit of a concern.
yeah.
But
hopefully that's solved. But there was that, and then what else? Ride availability. Have we mentioned that properly? Like they've just generally
just so poor, and then that's what's having a knock-on effect on the queues. But yeah, no, I mean Wicker Man, it was advertised 50 minutes, and we waited almost 2 hours for it in the end. So, or twice the length of it being advertised, which is just very poor.
It's a shame.
No, you could see by the faces of the people around us. I mean, nobody was happy. It should be a place of fun and joy. Why is it so difficult to have fun at Alton Towers anymore?
Yeah, the past two opening years have been great, and like we seem to be getting sunny weather every time I've noticed, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know what's happened.
Yeah,
it's a shame. It's a real shame.
Cool.
But yeah, like I say, rides just going down left, right, and centre. But Yeah, it's like one goes down, another one reopens, one reopens, and a different one goes down.
I mean, the cynic in you would think that they were on a rota system because it was that like clockwork. It's like,
It's just-
Rita's back up again, but 13's going to have to go down now for a few hours, and
It's just a shame. Like, I know. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's a shame.
You know, and they were having these problems towards the end of last season. Well, actually, all throughout last season, if we're being completely honest. And I think we all just hoped that they would have been resolved. But if anything that we've seen in the last 2 days shows, it kind of just feels like, all of those problems are still there. And if anything, they've got worse. I will say that the park clearly prioritised getting Toxicator open, and, quite rightly so. Toxicator, barring the sewage incident, I don't think went down all weekend. So, fair play, because actually for a new ride, that's really rare. So, good job there. Yeah. They've done a great job on Toxicator, and it looks fantastic at night.
It does, and like I say, it's one of those where you have to see it in person to truly appreciate it. It is very striking. It looks intimidating. Like I say, it's the kind of ride. Like everyone said this, and we do agree, it would look better in XX, so right where Submission was. But at the same time, it looks the part in Forbidden Valley still. It still does look the part.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like they've tied it to the Nemesis story quite well. Still.
Yeah, and the theming and the details on it are great. And you're looking at it again today, you start to notice more little sort of details and throwbacks to Ripsaw and things like that, and that's all really nice. The creative team have done a great job with it. It looks fantastic at night. I think that was and what I will say is again, coming back to the whole sewage gate, well done to the staff who really did pull out all the stops to get that thing open again.
That's it. That must have been a horrible ordeal to deal with, not just because of the sewage, but just like
the smell,
just dealing with everything else, getting the crowd control when it's already a busy day as it is. So fair enough. Like we're not here to slag off parks. We just give honest reviews. That's all we do. We're not. But we do appreciate things when they do for any park. Doesn't have to be murder. Just anything. We do appreciate whenever genuine good work's been done.
Definitely. But just on that point, I mean, again, I think I said this earlier, we all love Alton Towers. It's a place that means a lot to us. We've all been going since we were children. You worked there for a number of years. Chris worked there for a number of years.
Yeah, of course.
It's a place that means a lot
we still come
us,
to these parks, so that does prove that we do still love these parks.
Yeah. And this is why we want them to succeed.
Yeah.
And this is why we want them to do well. But at the moment, something's got to give, because it really does just feel like the product is, you're getting less and less and less every year, and it's just the fundamental thing is they need to sort out the operations, because at the moment it isn't even functioning as a theme park, I think, going on this weekend. Really, it's fair to say, and they need to kind of get their house in order before they do anything else, I think. Have
we mentioned Woodcutters yet? Oh, shall we say, the Oak in Chains Bar, I believe it's called now.
Yes,
brand new menu, brand new ordering system as well. I think the ordering system is a lot better. It's kind of like roller coaster restaurant. You've got your own little iPad. You don't have to go to I don't even have to go to the bar now, do you?
What I will say about the iPad thing is it's a lot better, because before you had to order on your mobile phone, which, for people who've got smartphones, great, but not everybody does. And, we've been there with a friend before whose phone wasn't really up to scratch in terms of what they had, so he wasn't able to order, and it just meant that we had to order for him, because there literally wasn't an alternative. You couldn't go up to the bar to pay, which I just thought was a bit of an oversight.
It's quite interesting, because these days it almost feels a bit old-fashioned now, paying on your phone. I know it was quite modern at the time, but you think that there are so much easier ways, that was proved at that restaurant. It shows you that just seems much more up to date and just more accessible, is that the word?
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, what's good is if you have got a smartphone, you can actually pay straight on that tablet as well. So it's got a contactless thing on the back of it. So
it's quite an acquired taste. I'm sure there will be people out there that love it, but I think the problem is now that's the only offering. It's only burgers, really, isn't it? That you can get burgers or deconstructed burgers. So making a donut burger your kind of main thing, I just think is going to put a lot of people off. You're not really catering to the broad audience there. I just think that's really interesting, but no, we'll see, I suppose.
We'll see. But no, we like what we've done with it. They've given it like a more of a relevant kind of theme now. Like
definitely,
chained oak theme. It does look nice. They've just given it a bit of a repaint in there. Nothing much, but
always explored themed food offerings, and one of our favourite things about the Curse of Alton Manor, when that opened, was the coach house that went with it, and all the themed food and beverage
that's still going well by looks of things. It was quite popular.
But I think yeah, going back to, I think really what, the highlight of the weekend was Toxicator, which, again,
Oh yeah.
sewage leaks aside, which we'll find, we'll wait to hear more about how that happened, I imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's a shame though they didn't really do like an opening ceremony. We saw the
That is
first
true.
ride and people clapped and all that, but it was just like, I get it. They haven't got really entertainment staff. They're on CBeebies, but surely they could have freed up a few of them. Just
well,
for
no,
the-
that's such an interesting point that you mentioned. They haven't got entertainment staff. They did,
yeah,
but now they've made them all redundant.
yeah, exactly.
So,
But they've prioritised them to stay in CBeebies land. Okay, I guess fair enough, but even then, not really fair enough. But they didn't even get any of them to come and do like a big grand opening. Yet the night before for the press night, they seem to have people, like phalanx actors and stuff, and it's like. I
There's
don't
also
agree with these
additional-
press night kind of things at all. Like if we're not getting the same experience as them, and it's not really fair.
this is it. Like there's,
And that's
we
just
saw
not me
some-
saying that. That's just I'm disagreeing with what other people are saying.
We saw some shots from press night, and you've got all this extra smoke and additional lighting. None of that's actually there for the public the next day. So again, it's just
It still
it's
looks
false
great,
advertising,
but
to
it's-
be honest, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it still looks great.
I mean, yeah. What's happened to entertainments, I think, is probably a whole other vlog. So I'm not sure we've got time to cover that now. But I do think it's a massive shame because it's very apparent the reduction in entertainments. And basically, as you say, they're all in CBeebies land, and you might see Alton Bear if you're lucky. If one of the actors in CBeebies gets a break and can come out and dress up as a bear for 5 minutes, I think is probably what happens.
I think is that everything? I think
That
I'm
is
just trying to think
everything.
we've covered
Anyway,
everything.
trying to bring it back to a positive. Toxicator looked fantastic at night. Nemesis looks fantastic
Oh,
at night.
beautiful.
Was so pleased to see the waterfalls back and have them all lit up red, and the smoke's all still there on Nemesis. It all looks fantastic. So I think we'll leave you with a few shots of last night and Toxicator and Nemesis in the dark.
Yep, enjoy these last few shots.
Initiating program alpha.
Join us for more adventures. Yes.
Yes!
Oh, it's cringe.